You can have whatever you like with a great credit score. Good evening. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. I'm your host, Remus Bowman, and I'd just like to say thank you for joining me. If you're watching this broadcast on this holiday, I'd like to send a shout out to all my former and fellow military people, personnel, those people who have sacrificed and given of themselves to protect this country. And I'd just like to say to all my fellow ex-Marines, hoo-wah! You know, you can't do anything if you don't believe you can do it. You can't accomplish anything unless you believe that you can do it. There's a well-known published speaker by the name of Earl Nightingale, and he says, "You are what you think about." Whenever I talk to people, and I talk to quite a number of people frequently, daily, should I say, about their credit, you can look at the expressions that they have, and sometimes they'll have a very positive, aggressive, ready-to-go kind of expression. And then there's that other person who don't believe that it could happen for them. Well, like Mr. Nightingale says, you are what you think about. You know, Les Brown was saying, hey, you know, that you have to have faith. The Bible says you have to have faith. A lot of people fail to believe that they can overcome this obstacle. But I'm here to tell you that I'm a prime example, and I have hundreds of people that I can introduce you to that are prime examples of second and third chances with a credit score. If you do nothing, nothing will change. But if you change your thoughts, if you just add this to your attention span, then you'll have more information to make better decisions when you're out making purchases, and then you won't get bogged down by high interest rates, because when that person sitting behind the desk tells you, well, this is going to be 22, 24, 25, 26, 35, 36%, and you say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm not going to do this. I don't have to do this today. This is not an emergency. I don't have to make this purchase today. What do I do to overcome this situation so I'm not bogged down in a situation where I'm wasting money? I'm wasting money. You're going to only spend a dollar once. There's no boomerang when it comes to money. You can't throw it away and it's going to come right back to you. The only time that's going to happen is when you seed into someone or something. Then that's an investment more than it is a purchase. A purchase is when you make a purchase in something and you expect to get a fair price and have a fair contract or a fair obligation that you can honor and that is going to live up to your intent. Your intent of purchasing an automobile or a home, and that's going to be easily affordable. Sometimes we get ourselves in situations because somebody says, oh, you're approved. Well, what are the conditions of that approval? And should you sign on to something that you know that you can't afford? Just recently on last week, I got an email from a lady who I assisted in getting and changing her financial life. This was 3 years ago, and it's a shout out to Melissa. Melissa, thank you for being a part of my life. I'm so happy that I had an opportunity to help you over the years, and I'm glad that God has seen fit to allow you to continue on. And in fact, I got an email from a friend of Melissa's, and she said that email read that she had been in the ICU at a local hospital here in New Orleans, and that she wanted me to know, this was her friend, not Melissa, but that she wanted me to know that Melissa was in the hospital because Melissa thought very highly of me. Because, as a matter of fact, she says, well, all she does is talk about how you helped her. Well, let me just say this. If you'll go to my website, youandyourcredit.com or youandyourcredit.us, you'll see a video that we did with Melissa back in the first of the year. Melissa, when I originally met her, had some challenges with her credit. She tells her own story very vividly about how a credit collector came to her job over in Texas and assaulted her. And, today, Melissa, 700 Beacon score, bought a house, bought new cars. Matter of fact, she's bought 2 new cars. When you change this perception, when you change this thought in your mind as to whether or not you qualify or whether or not you can qualify to make purchases or to live in a nice neighborhood or to have a nice car, when you change that inside of yourself, then you make certain changes in your habits. One thing that you're certainly going to do is, and let me just say this, I'm an advocate for anyone signing up for different services to check their credit score. You're allowed to pull your credit score along with pull your credit report along with the credit score at least once a year, free of charge. You don't have to pay for it, but if you want to actually be a part of a service, now of course Experian has a service that you can buy in, that you don't have to buy into, that you can download on your phone, and also Credit Karma has a similar service. Experian only offers Experian. Credit Karma offers Experian, and what's the name of that other company? There's 2 companies that they offer, but the fact is, it doesn't cost anything to include you're frequently checking your credit score. If you check your credit score on a frequent basis, then you'll know what's on it, what's come, and what needs to go, what's not true, what's not correct, or what whether or not you agree or disagree with what's being reported. If you check it, then you have an opportunity to dispute it. And right now, because of shows like this and because of awareness, credit awareness, right now, the potential or the number of people with better credit score is growing every day. In fact, I've set it up so when you go to youandyourcredit.com or youandyourcredit.us, you can join a credit restoration program over the internet, and it's a legitimate, bona fide company, been in business for 12 years, A-rated through the BBB. And the tab is going to say Join FES Credit Restoration today. All you have to do is press that tab, and it'll take you to where you need to be to join in. Last week, I got a phone call from someone asking me about credit restoration. I sent them to the website. I phoned them Saturday and asked their opinion of the website. She said, "Man, that's a nice website. It's so easy to go through it, and there's so much information on it. There's many stories, interviews that we've done with people that we've been very successful. You'll also find Renee Monfrey on there. We just had that put on the website today. Renee's an insurance agent for Allstate. Matter of fact, he manages 3 Allstate agencies for Premier Automotive Group. And what he's doing is they're offering insurance through Allstate, but he took the time to come in and he told the story of how your credit score affects your ability to get insurance with prime companies like Allstate or State Farm, Geico. What most of us don't realize is that insurance companies use your credit score to decide what rate you're going to get. So if you have a low credit score, you're going to pay a higher rate. Think about it. If you have a low credit score, you're going to pay a higher rate for insurance. You're going to pay a higher rate for interest rate for purchasing an automobile. You're going to pay a higher rate for purchasing a home. You're going to pay deductibles for automobile. For you're going to have to put money down when you're buying a phone. Sprint's going to ask you for a deposit. Cable company's going to ask you for a deposit. But if you have a good credit score, they're going to welcome you in. Right now is the time of year where the automobile business, automobiles are changing from the 17 to 18s. The new 18s are on their way in. So as a result, many automobile manufacturers are offering big discounts and big rebates on their remaining inventory from 2017. Unfortunately, if you have a low credit score, then you're missing the boat. Think about it. If you qualify, you can get 0% through almost every manufacturer that's out there right now. If you qualify, you can pay 0% on interest through Toyota Motor Credit, through General Motors, through Ford, on many of their automobiles, through Nissan. How would you like not to have to pay any interest on your purchase? Think about it. You could buy a $10,000 car. You're paying 0%. You're talking about less than $200 a month over 5 years. Man, that's a great opportunity. That gives you disposable income to spend on other things. It's time for our first break. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. Don't forget, youandyourcredit.com. Youandyourcredit.com. We'll be right back in just a moment.
How does a crawfish or shrimp etouffee sound? What about a piping hot cup of gumbo? Or a catfish platter with soft shell crawfish, catfish, livers, and pickles? And that's just for starters. What about entrees? If this is getting your mouth watering, then you need to come to the Praline Connection. Our down-home Cajun Creole-style restaurant has been providing soul food at affordable prices for over 20 years. And our pralines are delicious. We're a restaurant, a gift shop, and a candy shop, all in one. Bring your friends and enjoy an amazing meal today. Come see us at 542 Finchman Street in New Orleans, or check us out online at www.pralinconnection.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook. You can also give us a call at 504-943-3934.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
This is Remus Bowman. I want to invite you every Monday at 12 o'clock live for You and Your Credit. You can call in. You can ask me questions. Believe me, I've got most of the answers for you. We're going to help you get a good credit score. We're going to open doors for you to have an opportunity to be successful and pay low interest for your automobile, your home, your credit cards, everything that you buy. We're going to put you on a great path to have a successful future. Send me your request for information. I'll be glad to answer your question. Every Monday at 12 o'clock, join me from 12 to 1 Monday afternoon for you and your credit, originating from New Orleans Talk Network.
Y'all know me, this the people person here.
Big homie here. It's your boy Fred. This man, big fan.
Right. Listen, we're your host of the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
You can have whatever you like. Yeah, we recently changed the website, man. I really have to admit, I like the direction we're going in with this new website. It's wonderful. It's a great website, and you can have whatever you like with a great credit score. We also included a way that you can go directly into the website and start your credit restoration today. It says right here, let's see, I was just looking at it. Let's see if we can pull it back up. It says right here, you can have whatever you like, whatever you want with a great credit score. And then we got the videos. Now, what we're going to do is we're also going to add LifeLock on this front page, because if you have a good credit score and you want to protect your credit, you'd also need to protect yourself from identity theft, because people make a living in stealing people's identity. So you don't want to be the guy or a girl that somebody knows has a good credit score, and then they they steal your identity. It's only $100 a year. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. I'm your host, Remus Bowman. It's so easy to change your credit score, and what I've proposed recently to some friends of mine is the opportunity to come in and over a period of a few weeks, we're going to give some training classes on how to improve your credit, and those training classes are going to be completely free. We want to tell you, if you can get free assistance on how to improve your credit, would you take it? If somebody told you all you got to do is show up and I was going to teach you how to read your credit report and what you need to do in order to improve your credit score, would you take the time to come? That's the question. If you'll go to youandyourcredit.us and send me an email as to whether or not you would be interested in this, so I can judge a little bit better the interest in these free training classes that I propose to this dealer. Because if we're able to bring people in and give them the education they need, then we expect that you're going to be able to improve your potential to get a car, get a house, or have better situations to participate in the American dream. Have you ever noticed that you might work for a company and you may have 50 to 100 employees, and there's a small group of people that you work with that always seem to have a nice new car. They always seem to live in a nicer neighborhood, and they may make the same money as you make or less. I remember in growing up, I had an aunt And my aunt, she was very frugal, very intelligent about how she spent her money. But I can tell you this: if ever anyone needed a few dollars for her, she was always the person that was there to help out, to lend a hand. When you when you make good decisions with your credit, then you pay less for everything else. Now you can be a blessing to someone else. Not only should you be able to help people if they need them financially, but you should also be able to educate or lend a hand to help people point them in the right direction so that their lives will be easier as well. And pointing people in the right direction on the credit report, on the credit scores, on how to read the credit report is a way that you can have a positive effect on most people's lives. I meet people all the time, people that are attorneys and doctors and all type of professions, teachers who have absolutely no idea. I've even counseled bankers on how to improve their credit scores. So we want to make this information available to everyone, because what happens is most people think that all you got to do is pay your bills on time every month and you'll improve your score. There are little things that you need to do in order to not only pay your bills on time, but make sure that you pay them in advance of the date that it's going to be reported to the credit bureaus, so that payment history will show up on your credit report as a positive payment. If you're over 31 days late making a payment, that has a negative effect on your credit report, but you can make that payment anytime during that 30-day period. We want to see everyone have good credit scores, because I like to see everyone buy a car. When I leave here today, I'm going to be returning back to Toyota of New Orleans, and I'd like to invite everyone that's listening to me to come on over and say hello. And if you have questions about your credit report or credit scores, or if you'd like to purchase a vehicle today, I want to be the guy that helps you do it. Make my Memorial Day memorable for me. I need at least 2 to 3 people to show up to say hello today and give me an opportunity to help them. We want to do what we can to have a positive influence on our community. There are certain things that you need to understand that really affect your credit scores. One of those things is the type of credit that you have. Either it's going to be revolving or it's going to be installment. Revolving is your credit cards. It's a well-known fact that credit cards, if you pay them off, or if you're 33% or less on your credit card prior to the date, the anniversary date, it will have a very positive effect on your credit score. Oh, we got my good buddy George Russell on the phone. Georgie Porgy, how you doing?
Hey, man. Fantastic. Happy Memorial Day to all the veterans and everybody else.
Thank you for calling in, man. Did you pick up that barbecue?
Absolutely. I got a little ribs. I got a little chicken. I got a little brisket. Got it all.
Hey, I was just thinking earlier today that last year, this time, we did this show together on Memorial Day. Do you remember?
Right.
George?
Say it again?
You don't remember, do you?
I didn't hear you. I'm driving.
I said we did the show together last year on Memorial Day.
Right.
In fact, I would just like to let everybody know that as of next month, it would be 3 full years that we would have been on the New Orleans Talk Network with You and Your Credit. And we've assisted a number of people, I'd say hundreds, to improve their credit score. It's been a great opportunity to assist people in my community. So, George, what do you have on your mind today?
Hey, man, I think that change your life, change your situation, change your status, change your growth, all starts with good credit.
Hey, George, have you seen the website?
man. You got a whole new website. It's easy to function. It's easy to get around. You navigate from one system to the next system. You can either go on the website and start repairing your credit right now.
I think they did a very good job on it, and one of the best things about it is that you can go on the website right now and pull up and start your credit restoration program. It's really cool. That was what we were looking for when we designed it, that people would be able to go on it and start the credit restoration program. There's a picture of me, and it says, my name, Remus Bowman, save my contact information, and it says enroll in FES PP now. That's FES protection plan now. That's FES protection plan now. There's also protection plan videos. Gives you information on why you should want to improve your credit and what information we can get taken off your credit report. Further, opportunity video. If you want to become an agent, you can also register to become an agent for FES through this website. If you would like an opportunity to make make a good income helping the people in your community. Now, I had most of the people I talk to, and they all tell me, man, my whole family needs a little help. So what you can do is you can learn how this works, or how credit reporting works, and then you can assist the people in your family. In George's case, he was able to train his children.
Right.
And so credit is an active part of everybody's life. The more you know, the more you grow.
Perfect.
I was really kind of hoping that you would call, man. I think I'm kind of boring by myself. I'm so technical. What's happening over in H-Town, man?
Hey, man, the weather is overcast. It's a little drizzling, but man, thank God for the overcast, thank God for the drizzle, right?
I'm here.
Right.
It's all a part of it, man. You can't have sunny days every day, then you won't have any grass.
But back to your website.
Yeah.
I went back and revisited your website. What I like about it, you don't have to be a computer expert to navigate yourself around on your website. You don't have to be a computer genius to navigate to find your way around your website. All you have to do is just go to it and give it a try.
They did, we did a very good job on it. I have to admit that. I'm very happy with it.
Well, it just shows about its website. It just shows that you're passionate about it and that you put your all into it. So, good seeds, good harvest, right?
Absolutely, every time. Every time. Take George's word. If you want a good credit score, just go to the website. It's youandyourcredit.com and register. It's only $189. You'll get a phone call from me. I'll give you the information you need to get a full understanding. Or you don't even have to register. Just go on the website, put your information in, send me an email, and I'll contact you. It's very easy. You can either register or you can send me an email if you need information to make a good decision. We're here to help. youandyourcredit.us, youandyourcredit. That's actually youandyourcredit.us. youandyourcredit.us. I like that better. What do you think? Do you like that, George?
I love it, man.
youandyourcredit.us. We're going to help everyone improve their credit scores. We're going to help everyone to be able to transfer the information and the knowledge that they learn from the website over to their family members. I had a phone call from a lady last week, George, and I promise you and we're going to do this real quick. The lady told me, she said, Mr. Remus, I've been on your website. I really love it. She said, not only am I registering, but my mom is going to register, my dad's going to register, and my brother is going to register as well. I was like, man, that's fantastic. So if you know someone that needs help with their credit, just tell them to go to youandyourcredit.us, youandyourcredit.us. We will contact them as soon as we can, and we will give them the information they need to make great decisions in their future. It's time for our second break. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. We're here to help. We'll be right back.
Soul food, and then there's food for the soul. At a time where we live to eat, the Praline Connection restaurant serves up recipes that reach back into days long gone. You know, the kind of meals your mama cooked up for Sunday dinner. Fried chicken with macaroni and cheese and candied yams, homemade meatloaf with garlic mashed potatoes and string beans, or Nolan's filet gumbo. That's the real soul you get only at the Praline Connection restaurant, located at the Kona, Chalmers and Frenchman Street in the Marinade.
This is Remus Bowman. I want to invite you every Monday at 12 o'clock live for You and Your Credit. You can call in. You can ask me questions. Believe me, I've got most of the answers for you. We're going to help you get a good credit score. We're going to open doors for you to have an opportunity to be successful and pay low interest for your automobile, your home, your credit cards, everything that you buy. We're going to put you on a great path to have a successful future. Send me your request for information. I'll be glad to answer your question. Every Monday at 12 o'clock, join me from 12 to 1 Monday afternoon for You and Your Credit, originating from New Orleans Talk Network.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Join in on Mondays from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry. There are no limitations or boundaries. We talk about life, and guess what? That includes you. So download the app today, New Orleans Talk Network, and subscribe on YouTube. That's every Monday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. New Orleans Talk Network, Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry.
Y'all know me, this the people person here.
Big home ahead.
It's your boy Fred.
This man, big fan.
Right. Listen, we're your hosts of the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
You can have whatever you like. I said you can have whatever you like.
You can have whatever you like with a great credit score. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. I'm your host, Remus Bowman, and it's Memorial Day. Hoo-ha to all my fellow Marines. Guys, I'm so happy that we are standing on deck to protect this country. Right now, we need to make great decisions with ourselves, our future, our families, And one of the best ways to make a good decision is to understand how your credit score is being developed. If you understand what triggers a good credit score, then you can pass that information along to your spouse, to your children. You know, most people wish a better life for their children, for the next generation. But this is not information that everybody can get. This is information. I'll be honest with you. I can tell what goes on in a lot of households when I meet people, and I can tell who's been trained, who's had credit conversations with their parents, or they've educated themselves through different programs. And one of the most important things you can do is to understand how to read a credit report. What is a good credit score? How do I improve my credit score from 450 to 650 overnight? What do I need to do to get a good credit score so that I can have flexibility? Just the other day, I was at home. I was asleep. You know, I worked, I don't know, a long day, and I parked my car in front of my door. And believe it or not, while I was sleeping, someone ran into my car. Now, the damage wasn't like a boom, you know, like a real loud, they just slide swiped the car and knocked the mirror off, left a dent on a real quarter panel, and they didn't even think enough to get out and ring the doorbell to let me know that they had done this damage to my car. The point is that these kind of things happen to us all the time. They're things that happen that we can't control. There are so many things that are going on around us. There are other people that are moving, going here and there. We're going here and there. So many situations that can occur that can put you in harm's way. You never really know what's going to happen now. And even if I wanted to claim this against my insurance, I had a deductible. So the fact of the matter is, because I work in the automobile business, I was able to get most of the stuff handled myself quickly. But it just goes to show you how things happen. I had another customer who his car was parked on the street. Somebody ran into it and completely damaged the car. It was considered a total loss. So here we go again. Now this guy has to go out and buy a new car, and he wasn't even driving. He wasn't even in the car. But when you have a good credit score, you have the flexibility to overcome things. This could be you. If you don't think you can do it, if you're not ready, I understand. But if you can believe, if you can allow yourself to believe that you can overcome the adversity that comes in life, it's expected to happen to everyone in everyone's life. Into every life, some rain's got to fall. So what do you do to overcome adversity? Do you prepare for it, or do you just sit on the sideline and wait for things to happen, and then it just pushes you further and further and further down? Or you can prepare yourself, and when you go down, you can spring back up, and you have the option to continue. Even though this guy had insurance, the person that hit their car, he knew who that person was. The person was kind enough to let him know that he had hit his car. Well, actually, I don't think they could go anyplace. So he was able to file for the insurance from the other person. So now, but they paid off the car, but that left him without a car. See how that works? But, because he was a hard-working guy with a fairly good credit score, he was able to come on by and see me, and we were able to get him in some new wheels. This happens all the time. It's a part of our life history where things are not going to be they're not going to just go smoothly all the time. Hey, George, are you still there? Well, I guess my buddy is taken off. He's enjoying his day, and it's just about time for us to say goodbye as well. This is the New Orleans Talk Network, and this is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. And we've been talking about the website. You and Your Credit has its own website. It's also on Twitter. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. Man, it's all over the place. On Instagram, You and Your Credit on Instagram. How about that? So, you could have a great credit score, and you could have flexibility to do all kinds of great things. Believe me, it takes a lot of stress off. When I told a story sometime back, one of my daughters, I'm sure I have 3 daughters, I'm sure they all pay attention to me, but this particular daughter, she needed a car. She came out from Tennessee. I ran her credit, and 700 Beacon score. She was able to get her a new car. She says, "Dad, I only want to pay about a $200 note." Man, she was able to get a $15,000 car, $200 a month. This could happen for you. But you got to believe it. And if you believe it, go to youandyourcredit.com or .us, fill out the information, send it to me. We'll get you started on the road to recovery. We'll help you to recover your good credit score. Youandyourcredit.com, youandyourcredit.us. On the website, you can also get improve your credit score by adding your rental payments. So if you're renting an apartment or a house, you're leasing, you can have your rental payment history added to your credit report. Think about it. All you have to do, youandyourcredit.com, youandyourcredit.us, or should I say youandyourcredit.us, and hit the tab and register. Have your payment history for the home that you're leasing or renting added to your credit score. One of the bad things about leasing and rentals and electric bills and companies like that, or cable, they only show up on your credit report when you fail to pay them. But if you've been with these companies for years and you never miss a payment, they never put you on the credit report on the credit report. But if you miss 30 days on that 31 day, they're gonna put you in the credit report as a derogatory payment history. It's kind of interesting, isn't it, how that works? And anyone who assumes that the credit bureaus are here to help you establish a good credit report, that doesn't make sense. They were originally mandated and established to record your payment history because there's so many companies that depend on this information to be reliable, because that's how they make their money. That's how they rate your potential of honoring your contract. And so they're hedging by high interest rates that you're not going to pay it. And so they're getting as much bang for the buck up front. That's called high interest on your automobile, home, or whatever. I'm going to encourage everyone that you too can have a great credit score. I've talked to many people over the last 3 years, and we've been able to help hundreds of people to become to get higher credit scores. And I'm sure that a great percentage of them, I won't say everybody, because things happen in people's lives that that eliminate the potential for everyone to maintain high credit scores. We get sick, spouses get sick, or we lose a job, or whatever. Things do happen. But if you've had an easy road of it, I can tell you, by having good credit, you'll have an easier road. By paying lower interest rates, reducing the amount of money that you have to pay for the same thing that other people pay higher interest rates for, you'll have an easy road of it. All you have to do to get started is to go to youandyourcredit.com or .us, put your information in, and we will contact you back. Or you can register for the credit restoration program today. Register now. What are you waiting for? Today is the best day to give yourself a fresh start. Hey, George.
Hey, man, what's happening?
I'm great, man. We're just about to sign off. You got some good information you want to share with the people?
Yes. Hey, let's go reset. Let's reset it. Let's fresh start.
Fresh start.
Yeah, reset. Let's reset.
We're gonna
because life is made up of hills and valleys. Your job is to stay on the hill. More you stay in the valley. If you're in the valley, let's get on the hill. Let's get that credit going.
I tell you what, things happen. Bad things happen to good people all the time.
All the time.
All the time. It's your ability to overcome the adversity of life. Do you have what it takes to keep it moving? Can you keep going even when adversity knocks on your door? I'm telling you, man, it's a way better opportunity when I had a conversation with a lady. She called me. I sold her a car a year ago, and so she came by. She says, "Mr. Remus, my check engine light's on my car." I said, "Well, when was the last time you had a tune-up? When was the last time you had anyone take a look at your car? We have to do maintenance on these things." See, that's the way credit is. You got to do maintenance on these things. Now, what I figured out, and I'll know when I get back to the dealership, is it was probably a fuse that was creating a problem for this lady. Which is something very simple. The car only had 60,000 miles on it. It was a relatively 2-year-old car. Sound like it was running fine to me. I'm not a mechanic. So this morning, before I left the dealership, she texted me. She said she was on her way. She made it before I left. So I'll find out in just a little bit what the end result is. But the thing is that we have to maintain. We have to do maintenance. It's like our bodies, our minds, our credit. We got to maintain. You got to do maintenance on these things. Pull a copy of your credit report. Know what's on your credit. This is You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. I'm your host, Remus Bowman, with my good friend, Mr. George Russell of First Impression Custom Clothes.
There you go.
We really appreciate you calling in, George, and we hope that everybody will go out to the website, check it out, youandyourcredit.us.
Before you go, can you tell me how to contact you again? Can you tell people how to contact you?
Contact me at Remus Bowman on 55 on Gmail, and my phone number is area code 504-274-8117. Or you can send me a message on Facebook. Facebook, or you can hit me on Twitter. You can also hit me on Instagram. Or you can message me. So we're all over the place, man.
You're not hard to find.
Not hard to find. Can't hide anywhere. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Hey, guys, have a great Memorial Day. This is Remus Bowman, You and Your Credit on the New Orleans Talk Network. Thank you, George.